everyone.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3". Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Space to maneuver at the 40. Wide open receiver complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Fresh set of downs here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And now running right through it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The numbers for him from a week ago. 22 carries, 76 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Looking to throw. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's third down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. Now back to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. 3 yards to go on second down.
Here we go. 3-19. 3.
Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13, and they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown.
Every now and then, those guys can get lost in coverage. Quarterback didn't see him, perhaps. But, boy, what a pick. And how about the run back?
Extra point forthcoming. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 3 catches, 56 yards.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
Good throw there to start this second possession. Maybe help erase the memory of the interception he threw first possession.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time now there's a community.
And he's going to be taken down. Penalty marker on the field, however. Which side is this on? And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
Here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
An extra DB added here for the Cards on third.
Blitzer play coverage.
Back to throw here. He fights, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
So on fourth down, as seen on TV, here's their resident strongman, John Ryan, on to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Cardinal offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race. Now, this is into the weekend in the NFC. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? It's certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that? Who
are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground. A nickel look by Seattle on third down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. They'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is taken around the 12. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw here. He's got his man on the crossing route. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. This is fielded at the 27. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
They'll set up a throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Let's go. 3-19.
They go play action here on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. 7-0 is our score. Back to Glendale after this timeout. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 17 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Only a yard in the completion. It's second and goal. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on third and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because their only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll look to throw here on first down. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Back to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 16.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll set up to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs. They covered well. Allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
Yeah, I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 13. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from the desert after this. In just 2 minutes' time, don't forget we'll get you to Orlando for our halftime report. To bring it to you, who else but Larry Ridley?
Now that man knows his football. Go get him, Larry.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. The gun, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. He'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Cardinals are up right now and are looking to keep up the pressure moving forward. The Seahawks just want to come out after the half and claw their way back into the game. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Third and long. King's going to take down the QB here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. We go to the second. Offensive line won't be able to hold up here. This goes for a loss of 9. Offense on the field now after the INT. The pass ends up being picked off. Parker is in position, and he's the one who comes away with the ball. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know. I
would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Second down now after the incompletion. Get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Back to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Seahawks on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. On play action, they'll throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. Well, you know, you can't get all the points back at once, but baby steps a good start.
A start that was sorely needed because this team looked like they might be out of this one, but getting a touchdown, getting back into it, gives them hope as they move forward.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe you've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. We're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A huge play there for Arizona. And even 40 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he fires one incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete.
Let's go. No, check.
And he rifles one incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
All right, here we go.
And able to find Graham. Complete. into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with third and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Here we go. 3-19.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 18 yards to pick up there. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket. There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system. So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for certain routes, different time frames for each one, and he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point, he'd better eat it because the play was dead.
Here's John Ryan now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now back to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Looking to throw. And this is incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Green 39.
Back to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Weber. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme, then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
The Seahawks on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. So we get a traffic there, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's John Ryan now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Room to run inside the 40. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. And to give this time to the tailback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's complete right around the 8. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Here to his running back. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, there's no doubt that this is a huge defensive series right here. They've got to hold them to a field goal attempt or less. Otherwise, this game just might be out of reach. Let's see if they can hunker down and get it done.
So second and goal here from the 9. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it first and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And that one results in 35 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
His throw incomplete. Second down following the incompletion.
Let's go.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a fourth down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down.
All right, here we go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He completes it to Bryant. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
Here we go now. Green 39, green 39.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And to give this time to the tailback. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense.
Now they nab the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much going through his head. You know it just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
And now it's second and goal. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. Fourth and goal.
Completed pass brings up a fourth down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, what are your analytics?
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Big fourth down conversion for the score and the defense. That is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They run a draw here on second down. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
I like what they were thinking on defense. Just guard the first down sticks. Don't let anyone pass that. Didn't matter whether they threw it or ran it. They just ended up rallying to the football in the running play and stopped them short of a first down.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
He's back to throw. Bryant with a catch right side. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there. And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Let's go!
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Weber. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Back to throw. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 more yards there and another first down. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bryant. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon.
So many times defensive backs get caught playing the man rather than the football, but not in this case. That's an excellent play. Did exactly what you're supposed to do. Attack the football and help break up the pass.
And yep, as a result, knocks it down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And from the 9-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
Don't start offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. To throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
Don't start offense.
Not easy being a rookie left tackle in this league, and there they got him for the penalty.
Not easy at all. Think about what you're dealing with every game you play. Ostensibly, the best pass rusher is over you on every snap. I'd be a little jumpy myself.
They're going to look to throw, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Break out the oxygen tanks, partner. The air just left this place. This crowd was in a frenzy. They thought they were going to win. Now they're just an extra point away from leaving here with a really disappointing loss.
No time on the clock. This to claim victory. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. No time on the clock. This to claim victory. And he has got it. And to borrow a baseball expression, they're going to walk off a winner. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Seahawks, their hopes of a 500 season stay alive as they move to 7-8 now on the year. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll be guaranteed a finish of no better than 500 as they drop to 7-8. And they'll be at home for one next week against the Oakland Raiders. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Good night, everyone.